The challenge at the Outlaws this week is to make a black and white card. So I decided to do a love card and something. I love the Chairs Have a Seat stamp set. It's great for like retirement cards or love cards or things like that. And you'll see how I'm going to make it into a love card in a sec. But I just did my stamping first, and then I have my white cardstock and I ran that through the Finial Press embossing folder. And actually, I'm not sure if you can see, but I had a little boo-boo on this side, and when I ran it through, it was embossed. The raised part was on this side. I wanted it to be on the other side, so I turned it around and ran it through again. You can still see a little bit of the embossing from before. So two things. One, if you mess it up, you can emboss it again. And two, it has a little bit of impression from the first embossing, so it adds a little more texture and interest. Now, because it's bumpy, I'm always telling y'all that liquid glue is my favorite for adhering that. Any bumpy surface or, you know, something that's embossed, it's always great to use though. My layer is 4 by 5 1/4 and my card base is 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. So, and they're tone on tone, same color on same color. So I like to use dimensionals when I'm doing that. It gives it some interest and pops that top layer up. And I'll tie my black satin ribbon around it. You could do it in the middle or to the side. Usually if I do a greeting to one side, I'll do my bow to the other side to kind of balance it, but all my stuff is kind of in the middle. But I want to do my bow on the side here. If you've missed my tutorial on bow tying, you can go to katherinepooler.com, and the very first video on that page gives you some tips on tying bows, and then you can enter your information to receive the additional 3 videos in that series. Okay, then I have some black cardstock and I ran it through the Finial Press as well. I'm going to punch out 2 hearts, and I thought if I embossed first, then I can take my heart and move it around and figure where I wanted or what pattern I wanted on each of my hearts. You could punch out first and then do the dry embossing, either way. Now I'm attaching the hearts with dimensionals as well. And then I'm going to use some Crystal Effects. This can be used as a liquid glue. It can also add, it's called a clear craft lacquer, so when you apply it to your project, it's very wet and it takes anywhere from probably 15 to 30 minutes to dry, depending on how thick you put it on. But it goes on milky white and it is going to dry clear and super shiny. You can also, if you wanted, to sprinkle a little bit of glitter on top of there. I'm going to leave these just as is. And actually I think I'm going to take the Crystal Effects and add a little interest onto my embossing. And it'll make my project nice and shiny. This is a great effect for monochromatic cards, just to add interest. If you are not viewing this video from my blog, please visit my blog so you can see the final project and see what these look like all nice and dry. Thanks for viewing, and if you would like to purchase any of these products, they're all Stampin' Up! And you can do so on my blog, katherinepooler.com. Thanks so much. Have a wonderful day.